Alright, so what if I told you could get something just like the Nitro deck, maybe even actually better? It actually is better, but you can get it for a fraction of the cost. I have that product right here. This is the Super Deck. This is from a company called Omelet. Yeah, like the eggs, omelet. This thing is actually really, really good. And the best part about it is it only costs 30 bucks. It's $29.99 on their website. This is good. I'm gonna tell you all about this thing, but we're gonna compare it to the Nitro deck. We're also gonna compare it to the Nexigo. It doesn't have quite everything that these two have, but for 30 bucks and for what it does have, this is something you should definitely be paying attention to. What's up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome in for the first time. Do me a favor, jump down to the description of this video. There's a link to our podcast channel over there. We do a podcast every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on that YouTube channel. If you miss it, you can watch it on the podcast platform of your choice. On your way back up, make sure you subscribe to this channel because a lot of people think they are, and they're not. All right, but before we get too far into the video, we've got to talk about something else. The holidays are coming up, and you know what that means. That means you're going to be eating some big meals. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, New Year's, lots of time together with family, lots of food, and maybe a few extra unwanted pounds. But I've got a way that not only can you get rid of those extra pounds, but also take care of some of your Nintendo Switch backlog. I'm talking about the sponsor of today's video, the FlexiSpot 2-in-1 Walking Treadmill. This thing is exactly what you need after a long holiday season. The 2-in-1 treadmill you can run on, or you can walk. It's got a high weight capacity. It holds 264 pounds. Not only that, it comes with a 2-year warranty, but this thing is extra durable. It's gonna last. And another huge bonus about this treadmill is it's small in size, so it's very easy to store. The running belt is shock absorbing, so it's gonna be a nice, comfortable run or walk no matter what you wanna do. It's even got an iPad holder, so if you're not playing your Switch, you can watch something on your iPad or your phone, and it even comes with a wireless remote with a magnetic storage slot. So I'm gonna put a link down below in the description and in the pinned comment where you can pick up the FlexiSpot 2-in-1 treadmill. This is exactly what you need to stay moving and stay playing your Switch at the same time. Thank you very, very much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Let's jump right into this thing. First off, I want to talk about the comfort. That's where we're gonna start first. I think that's one of the biggest things people have a problem with the Nitro deck. It's not really that comfortable, especially when you're playing over a long period of time. The problem is they have the buttons right over the sticks. So it does make it very difficult no matter which one you're talking about. You're kind of getting shortchanged on either one. They did move it up for the Plus. They moved the stick up and then the buttons down, which does make it better if you're using 2 sticks, but then it makes the buttons harder to get to. And the older one makes it easier to get to the buttons, but that stick, it's really, really uncomfortable to use. So you're kind of getting one or the other with that. With the Omelet Super Deck, I keep forgetting what it's called. It's the Super Deck. They are a little bit offset, as you can see here. They're offset, and this thing is very comfortable. I've been using it a lot. It's very comfortable. I don't have any complaints. As far as using it over long periods of time, short periods of time, it doesn't matter. It feels really, really good. The buttons, the A, B, X, Y buttons are very nice. I would say they feel very close to, if not exactly the same as the Nitro deck. So you're really not getting any difference there. I do like the fact that they're kind of clear buttons. Shows the letters kind of down in the big clear piece of plastic. They look nice. It's got a yellow stick on this side. It's got a gray one on this side, kind of looking like that GameCube thing that everybody wants to do with purple for some reason. We don't have to make a yellow stick on the side. We don't have to do it. It's not a necessary thing. I understand it, but I feel like I would like these things a lot better if they just put a yellow stick like on both sides. I'm fine with it on both sides. It doesn't have to be gray on one side. That doesn't matter though. That is another thing I do want to talk about with these. When you compare this to the Nitro deck, the stick tops are smaller. Now they're gonna be something along the lines of what you get with the Nexigo. These ones are small. They're fine. They still work exactly the same, but if you're somebody who likes a bigger stick top, a bigger place to rest your thumb, you're not gonna get that with the Omelet. Again, these are perfectly fine. They do not come off though. The stick tops do not come off. You do get what you get with these. Just like the Nexigo, those don't come off. You do get options with the Nitro deck. You can take them off. You can get replacements. You can get different colors. Speaking of the sticks, this also has Hall effect sticks. So you are getting that. Again, you gotta remember, This thing's $30. You're getting Hall Effect sticks for 30 bucks. All of these do have Hall Effect sticks, so you're gonna get that with the Nexi Go. You're gonna get that with the, I wanna call this thing the Steam Deck. It's the Nitro Deck. You get Hall Effect sticks with that, but again, these ones are just positioned a lot better. It's a lot more like a controller. And going back to the comfort, I wanna show you this. The grip on this thing is really nice. It is actually even bigger than the one on the Nexi Go, which I did say I liked a lot better. I really liked the shape of this one. It was way more comfortable to use than the Nitro Deck. Still way more comfortable to use, but this one is actually better. It's bigger, there's a lot more to hold on to. It does have a textured grip all around the back side here. It actually goes all the way across the back, and it comes around the front here too. So you got something to hold on to. It feels good. Again, you can play for a long period of time. It's very comfortable. Now, I do want to show you something that I did have a problem with the Nitro Deck, with this exact same thing, and I'm going to show you. It does touch the back. It does slide right against the back of this. I do want to show you that it has not done anything to the back of my Switch so far, which is good. This purple Nitro Deck did scratch the back of my Switch. Something got caught in there, which could happen with this. There's nothing soft here to protect it, so if there's a piece of dirt or something that gets in there, it's big enough, it could potentially scratch your Switch. I'm not gonna say that it's impossible, because it's not. It's totally possible. It does touch right on the back of it, but while we're in here, I do want to show you this. This does work for the Switch and the Switch OLED. You just have to press these two little levers down, and it changes. It kind of pushes in a little bar to connect to the smaller regular Switch, but if you have an OLED, you just keep them up. And it does fit in there nice. It stays. You don't have to worry about this thing coming out. It fits very nice. Comes out nice. Obviously, it doesn't dock, and that's another place we gotta go really quickly. The new Nitro Deck Plus is dockable if you have this. You need to plug this in on the back, and you can basically use this thing as a dock. You plug in the power right there. Plug this in with the HDMI. This is a dock. The Nexi Go is also a dock. It does it way better. The dock is actually built in on the top here, so you don't have to have this extra dongle. All you gotta do is plug in your power and your HDMI directly to this. You don't have to take it out of here. This is missing a docking feature. I don't see that as a huge deal though. That is a very nice feature that both of these things have, but again, for $29, for 30 bucks, I'm okay with this not having that, especially with everything else that it does have. Now, if you go around to the back here, you can see across the top, it does have a place where you can store 4 game cartridges. The Nexi Go has a spot for 2. The Nitro Deck does not have a place to store games. So if you're somebody who does carry physical games around, you're gonna be able to put 4 there and not have to worry about bringing anything else with you. I don't know if they offer a case for this as of yet. They may do that in the future. There are obviously cases for the Nitro Deck, not the Steam Deck. I'm not sure about the Nexi Go. They may have a case for that. I'll link their website down below where you can check all that stuff out. But while we're on the back there, and we're talking about the docking and things like that, one problem I did have with the Nitro Deck is the kickstand. It's got a huge problem where, I mean, that's your angle. That's your angle. I mean, that's your angle, but I mean, you can really flip that thing over easy. It's a very short kickstand, and it's like halfway up the back. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't like what they did with that. They didn't change it on the Plus. The Nexi Go has a small kickstand like that too, but at least it's on the bottom, so you get a decent angle. I will give it to the Omelet on this one. It has a kickstand on the back, and it's tall. It's definitely gonna be more sturdy than either of these, but you are only getting one angle. It is a good angle. It's a lot better than that, but you are only getting one angle with this. It's longer though, it's sturdy. So if you're doing tabletop mode, you know, you're gonna be able to use that pretty well without any problems. It's got all the cutouts on the back if you're using a regular Switch. It's got, you know, the places in the bottom if you're using the OLED. Another thing you get that neither of these have, you may not care, but you do get RGB lights around the sticks. And another thing that I actually really like about this, now there is an app for the Nitro Deck, you can do all that stuff. There's not a whole lot of options with this. You don't have a lot of extra features with the Nexi Go, it's kind of straightforward. But everything on this has a button, which I like. There's no button combinations where you have to do anything weird or memorize, you know, hit up on the D-pad and home twice to get it to turn off. It has an RGB button where you can take it from the rainbow color there. You can change it to pink, blue, green, darker blue, purple, yellow, and then back to this. You can actually just hold the RGB button if you don't want them on. If you hold it, they turn off, so you don't have to have them on if you don't want it. So they do have a dimmer as well, and it has its own dedicated button, so you can have them at 3 settings, like low, medium, and that's all the way up. That's great. It has a turbo button right here on this side. Now it's got vibration, but it has multiple settings, and again, you don't have to have any weird buttons. It's got a button right here that just shows you. You can see it's got 3 little wavy lines. That's for the vibration motors. It's that simple. The home button's below that. They do make this very, very simple to use. It has a pass-through USB-C charger on the bottom. I actually really like this thing. Of the 3, especially with the price, I have to say, this is probably the one to go for. I like the way it looks. I don't know if it comes in any colors. I honestly have not even looked on their site. They asked me if they could send this over. I could check it out. I've been using it. The only thing I looked on their site is to see what it costs. It's 30 bucks. Let's see if it's in any other colors. It only comes in advanced purple right now, which is a good color. You know, if you like Nintendo, you're used to a lot of purple stuff. This thing's pretty good. I would definitely check it out. I'm gonna leave a link below. Before I let you go though, let me tell you some other quick things about it. It does have all the other features that you would need. It's got gyro. The shoulder buttons are just regular shoulder buttons. They're kind of clicky. Nothing special, they work fine. The D-pad is a little bit high. It's not bad. It's better than the D-pad on the Nitro deck, and I don't really love the Nexigo D-pad a lot. This is more of a PlayStation style, but it's a little stiff. I would say of the 3, I mean, these 2 are probably better when it comes to the D-pad. This one's not bad. Again, it's not quite the best D-pad I've ever used, but it's decent. It gets the job done, and it's comfortable. This thing is comfortable. I'm very impressed. Omelet, you've made a very good product here. I do like this a lot. I definitely recommend this. I'm gonna have a link to all 3 of these things down below. Some of them may be Amazon links. If you use those links, obviously it helps the channel, helps me. I appreciate that, but that is gonna do it for this one, as always. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one. I'm way too far away from the camera to hit the lens, so I don't know. Jeeve, end this video somehow. Make it look cool.